Hello everyone, my name is Mandy Lynn. I'm the author of the fantasy novels Essence and I Am Mercy and thriller novel She's Not Here, as well as the creator of AuthorTube Academy. And today we're talking about how to make writing a daily habit. So I'll admit it is very hard sometimes to write every day. In fact, I very rarely write every day. But since it is November and that is National Novel Writing Month, and the goal of National Novel Writing Month is to write 50,000 words in 1 month, one of the big things we need to figure out is how to make writing a daily habit, because that's the only way you're going to be writing 50,000 words. Now, because I like free downloads, I have taken all my tips in this video and I've put it into a fun PDF that you can print out and paste at your desk to stay inspired and to just keep you working. So if you'd like to get that free download, just be sure to sign up for my author newsletter and it'll be emailed directly to you. So the first thing you need to do when you're trying to get into the habit of writing every day is to start out small. As anything, Rome was not built in a day. You cannot go from writing nothing at all every day to writing 5,000 words a day. That's just, you might be able to do it a little bit at first, but after a while you're gonna feel very burnt out and very uninspired. So my recommendation is to start out small. So start off with just a few hundred words and then try to write more and more every day until you work yourself up to a few thousand words a day. Another version of this is that you can write in small sprints. So set your timer for say 5 minutes and write as much as you can in that 5 minutes. Then when you're done, take a quick little break, and then instead of having a 5-minute sprint, do a 10-minute sprint, and then write as much as you can during that 10-minute sprint. Take another quick little break and then go back into writing sprints, except this time try a 15-minute writing sprint. And this is basically the whole idea of it, is that you're starting off at 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, 15, 20, 30, until you work yourself up to an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, however long you feel like writing that day. But the whole idea is that you can't just jump all in, is that you need to ease yourself into it. Another thing to keep in mind is that if you miss a day, it's okay. Just brush it off and you can start over. I forget what it's called, but I saw somewhere is that there's this calendar, and every time you do whatever habit it is that you put an X on the calendar. And the idea is that you don't want to break the chain. So you try to make the chain as long as possible by doing that habit every day. But if you miss it one day, you break the chain, and that's bad. Now, while that's great, is that you don't want to feel awful about it if you break the chain. So if your goal was to write every single day and you're like 25 days in and you didn't write on the 26th day, that's okay. It's okay to miss 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 5 days. It's National Novel Writing Month. You don't have to write every single day. You win as long as you write 50,000 words. And even if you don't write 50,000 words, you're still a winner for writing something, even if it was only a few hundred words. Now that we understand that it's okay to miss days, you can also just make a game out of seeing how many days in a row you can write. So take out that calendar and write an X every time you write that day, and see if you can make a record of how many days in a row you can write. And then of course just keep in mind that if you break the chain, if you break your habit, it's okay. It's also a lot easier to make writing a habit, or any habit a habit, if you do it along with someone else. And that's what's so great about National Novel Writing Month, is that you're not just writing by yourself. It's this whole huge community that's banding together to figure out how to write a novel in 1 month. So you can talk about it online. Follow the hashtag NaNoWriMo, NaNoWriMo 2018, different things like that. You can make so many friends during National Novel Writing Month, and they're accountability buddies who will help you write every day and stay on track. And they're buddies that will make you feel guilty if you don't hit your writing goal count or if you've missed too many days and you start falling behind. The next thing you want to do is try to avoid distractions and temptations. This means turning off the Wi-Fi on your computer and cell phone, or even telling your friends when you're going to be busy and when you're going to be writing. If they know that you're writing from, say, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., they'll know not to be like, hey, you want to hang out? Because it's a lot harder to turn people down when they start offering. But if you turn them down before they offer, it's less tempting to turn away from your writing. My last tip is to have a bullet journal for your word count. Now you can have a bullet journal for your book in general, but I love it for National Novel Writing Month because you can make a page dedicated to it where you can write down what your daily word count goal is, how many days of the month you plan on writing, and then what I like to do is that I like to draw shapes, and each shape represents 1,000 words. So every time I write 1,000 words, I get to color that shape in. That way, hopefully by the end of the month, all the shapes are colored in. And then it's also a self-reward system because you get excited every time you get to color in a shape, and if you don't get to color in a shape, you're kind of disappointed in yourself. Now overall, there is a theory that to form a habit you need to do that habit 30 days in a row, so that's why NaNoWriMo is actually perfect for making writing a daily habit. Because if you do end up writing every day in National Novel Writing Month, you've officially formed a habit, and even though it may feel like pain and suffering during the month of November because you're trying to write so much, the good news is that when National Novel Writing Month is over, December comes around and you're still kind of in the writing mode. You don't feel like you're gonna go back to not writing at all. You're gonna stay in the zone. You now have this habit of writing every day, and hopefully you don't let it drop. Anyways, those were all my tips for making writing a daily habit. If you would like the free download, be sure to sign up for my author newsletter and you will get that download emailed directly to you, as well as a few other free downloads. As always, let me know in the comments down below what your National Novel Writing Month project is. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you for watching.